Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of the GenAI Vlog. In the past couple of videos, we've been introducing Anthropic Claude API solutions in terms of its research, its API framework, tool calling framework, and how to take advantage of its AI models to build cool applications. So, as a reminder, previously we talked about the multi-tool chat manager in the sense that there's a tool that gets Wikipedia article, there's a tool that searches the internet, and then the chat manager can help us manage both tools. So with that being said, today in this episode, we're going to take it one step further and build a continuous interface to allow us to continuously chatting with this chat manager in Python notebook. So with that being said, let's turn our attention to this Colab. Let's start with all the way in the beginning. Install Anthropic package, get your API key in there, and the heavy lifting is in this giant script, right? When I say giant, you can see here it's almost 500 lines of long, but that's okay. Let me try my best to break it down. And then previous episode, we actually talk about this in depth. So let's not go too crazy on that. But on a high level, this script provides a module of a class-based interface to help us interacting with Claude's API. It helps us manage the conversation history, handling multi-tool calling, makes the requests dynamically, and essentially has all the bells and whistles inside within this architecture. So a decorator abstract method that give us tool handler, which is inherited from abstract method. That's a decorator. So that's just a tool execution handler. And then we have the article search. That is the wrapper for the Wikipedia search function. There's a web search, right? That is also inherited from tool handler, which help us handle the web search. And then we have the multi-tool class manager, right? In this class manager, all the bells and whistles are here, right? We initiate with client, models, max tokens, tools, things like that. Tools, as you can see here, is customizable, right? It's an empty list. You can throw in whatever you want, right? And then here, there are all these fancy helper methods that's within this class object that help us manage pretty much all building blocks within, right? Append the history, clear the history, things like that. Get a tool call count. You can actually count how many tools that's being invoked, right? Handle the tool usage, get the results back, append to history, things like that. And then the most important one that we're going to be using more often is invoke chat, right? It sends a question to the Claude. Claude handles the tool calling if there is any tool calling requests and run the tool call recursively, get the response back, and then help answer the question with an augmented final response. So this method in this class object does the heavy lifting behind the scene with the tool calling. And then after that, the other is just some setup, bells and whistles behind the scene. So the two main tools that we're going to be using in this episode is article search. This goes on the Wikipedia articles to search the articles according to keywords. And then we also have a web search. Web search basically is a Google search that's powered by SERP API, and you can enter any topic that you want. And the LLM actually is going to decide which tool to pick from. That's the interesting part here, which is user does not have to say, oh, search Wikipedia, oh, do a Google search. User does not have to do that, right? LLM, specifically this chat manager that we're introducing in this episode, is doing all that for you in a continuous framework. So that final function is just to invoke everything that we talked about above, right? Get the function in there, get article, get the function in there, web search, register it, and then essentially manages the whole thing. It returns a chat manager. So that's it. You can, of course, do a single one, right? A single tool is here. For example, this one only does the Wikipedia search. This one only does the web search. But of course, we don't have to use these two functions. They're just there for grabs. What we're going to use is the multi-tool one. So we're going to do this function. So that's really it. Now, let's get the tools in here, right? These are custom tools, meaning that developers are entitled and have full rights and control of this Python function. If you want to install package, of course, feel free to install whatever you want. You can point the endpoint to anything you want, right? It could be a database, whatever you want. Wikipedia, it's nothing but a database, right? It's a database with an endpoint that's coded in this Python package. You don't even need an API key. You just need to run this function according to this package. And that's pretty much it, right? It will return the page content for us. And then you can use SERP API to conduct Google search. This will call a Google search engine if that's the engine you choose. This does require an API key, right? So here, well, we're actually tossing API key just like that. Of course, in production, there's better way to manage API key than what I'm doing here. But for the sake of Jupyter Notebook on Colab, this is definitely very sufficient. So anyhow, point being, this is the input argument for this search API call, right? So this is a custom tool with a particular API access, and then you can customize this however you want, right? Great. Now everything is set up. Let's define a client. Let's get the tools registered in the chat manager, and we are good to go, right? For example, what's the latest news about Tesla? It says that it registered tool get article, it registered the tool web search. Wait, Claude wants to use the tool web search because it read your prompt and it decided your prompt is better off for LLM to use the second tool, web search. Great. That's a good information to know. And then the response coming back is not just from LLM, it's actually from the internet search. Great. So now here comes the question, right? Which is the highlight of this episode. How do you get this chat interface to run continuously, right? When you see the word continuously, you should automatically think about while loop or for loop of some sort, right? In production, you're probably going to do this in Java or JavaScript or TypeScript, something like that. But in this Python environment, we're going to treat this notebook as a small mini version of a user interface. And then this is the code goes behind the scene. So while true, right? So that starts the while loop. It allows user to enter something, right? So when you see this arrow U colon, that's a U, right? The user is then coming here to enter something. If user says exit or quit, that break the loop. If not, then let's register the chat manager, which has two tools inside, and then let's invoke it, right? And then whatever the thinking process is, with or without tool calling, it's being checkpoint down here. And then in the end, we'll point out the response from Claude, right? So let me show you guys this live. Let me zoom in a little bit so everyone can see. For example, you can say latest weather in Westchester, New York. So it says it has two tools being registered. It says it wants to use the tool web search because I'm asking for weather. It makes sense. That's a web search, not a Wikipedia article search, right? And then bam, it gave everything here down here, right? Temperature 72, cloudy, patch of fog, right? When I'm recording this video, as I'm running it right now, I'm in Westchester and I can testify that this is accurate, okay? Because it's the summer and this pretty much is accurate information. So if you don't believe me, we can easily verify this going to a Google browser. So I can take the same prompt, right? Let's take the same prompt. So let's make this a little bit more fair. Let's take the same prompt. Let's just go to Google, type in here, and boom, there you go, right? I would say that's close enough with what's showing up here. The difference is Google search gave me the weather.com channel. I actually do not know what is the link that this number is coming from. I would say this is close enough. So you get the idea. And the important thing here, it's a multi-turn, it's continuous. It recognizes that it's a web search, right? Not an article search. Now let me try something else. Let me say something that might be a Wikipedia search, right? Let's say Tom Holland. Tom Holland, maybe more information about Tom Holland come from a Wikipedia search. So let's see what's going on. Register tools. Got that. It says that Claude wants to use the tool get article, right? Great. So we know that this is the from Wikipedia. Also, let's read the response. Tom Holland is a 28-year-old English actor born on June 1st, 1996. Blah blah blah, and then early life, Spider-Man fame, and then notable works, things like that. Great. We can also verify this by going to Google browser. You can say Tom Holland. And then you get to see a bunch of these things. And the interesting thing here is the first thing is actually Wikipedia. It's a lucky pick here, right? Information from Wikipedia shows up, the first link on Google search, which of course, if you're doing a Google search, is more likely to grab information from this page as well. So in this particular example, I will probably argue that both of these two calling probably overlap. So that's the idea here. But anyhow, right? The point being here is continuous. So you see that this block of code, it's still running. It has not finished yet because the loop is still going. No one exited out. No one quit the conversation. Therefore, this code is continuously running, right? So if I want to finish running, I can then say quit. This will finish running the code. As you can see here, it says check mark. So this block of cell finished running. Awesome. So hopefully you like this video. Hopefully this episode sheds some light of how do you build a continuous framework, a chat interface for a multiple tool calling chat manager using Anthropic API. Click a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.